Today is a deadline for contractors to submit proposals for the first part of President Trump's Mexico border wall. Custom and Border Protection says it must be 18 to 30 feet high and extend at least 6 feet underground to block tunnels. It should be difficult to climb or breach and be aesthetically pleasing on the U.S. side. The U.S. side, okay. CBS News has learned the first 48 miles will go up in San Diego and along the Rio Grande at a cost of nearly $1 billion. David Begnaud is in Brownsville, Texas, where this wall could split a community right in two. David, good morning.
Gayle, good morning from the border. This golf course has, in the past, been a runway for people coming here illegally. From the other side, that's Mexico. They would swim across the Rio Grande, run up onto the golf course, and watch this. They would run into this cane right here, hiding themselves or their drugs. But the golf course's owner has started to cut down the cane, and with it, the number of people coming here illegally has dropped dramatically. Now, President Trump's new wall may help. However, it would divide 700 Americans who live right here in this community. With more than 300 acres, the Riverbend Resort is one of the few areas left in Brownsville, Texas, without a border fence. Many of the retirees who live here want to keep it that way.
It's not needed. Border Patrol's in here all the time. They launch their boats at our boat ramp, and they're here within 30 seconds.
Greg High and his wife Lauren voted for President Trump. They think the money for the wall would be better spent on resources for border agents.
They need updated technology equipment, better cameras, maybe some more drones.
A treaty with Mexico prohibits anything that could obstruct or deflect the Rio Grande. So when the Bush administration built its border fence, it wanted to do it right in the middle of Riverbend. If the Trump administration follows suit, the wall goes up. Essentially what it does is splits the resort community in half. And you've got 200 people living on this side and 400 of their friends on what becomes the Mexican side of the wall. That would mean 70% of the resort, including 15 holes on the golf course, would become kind of a no man's land between the fence and the actual border.
But it's not just a golf course, it's a family business.
Jeremy Begnaud is another Trump supporter. He's also Riverbend's general manager.
We have 30,000 golfers a year. You're going to give 30,000 golfers an access code to come through and play with their holes?
John Garrett owns JP Construction, a Fort Worth company with 50 employees. He's submitting his border wall proposal today.
It's going to create a lot of jobs for unemployed construction workers, veterans, individuals.
The Trump administration is seeking bids for prototypes with a see-through component and made with concrete or other materials.
They never talk about all the people that died trying to make it across to the United States illegal. So, I think it'll save a lot of lives also.
The federal government controls less than a third of the nearly 2,000-mile-long southern border. The rest belongs to the states, Native American tribes, or like Riverbend, is privately owned. The government could come in, offer you an amount, and if you don't like it, they could seize it through eminent domain. You know that.
I do, yeah.
But I get the sense that you're ready to fight.
If that happens, then we have already retained a lawyer, and we're ready to make sure that we're compensated fairly for it. Jeremy says that the government pays the price tag would be in the millions, and he doubts they would want to pay that. Now, Norah, I know some people may be sitting at home sarcastically thinking these poor rich golfers might be losing their course. But please know that the people who live here in South Texas are middle-class folks, retirees, many of them who have moved up from the north to retire here, and every one of them we spoke to believes this would have a negative effect on them economically.
David, thank you. They're in the weeds on this story, but it's a really good example of it. It was nice to have Trump voters saying that they oppose the wall, and because it shows how complicated this story really is.
And I wonder how many other examples there are along the wall where it's disrupting, where it's doing more harm than good.
Right.
As David pointed out in his story.
And also what came up during the health care debate.
It's very interesting. Thank you, David.
Thank you.